Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2021, the album, Dad, AF. Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, I am. I was gonna start this video off, you guys, and I was gonna be like, hey you guys, how are you? So today we're gonna talk a little bit about some beauty drama. A little bit of Jeffree Star, you know, and maybe a little Manny MUA or James Charles, and then afterwards we're gonna take a walk in the woods and do a little fishing, you know? What do you think about that? And I was gonna do a completely different intro over here today, but I decided to give you the intro that you all know and love. Well, that you all know. That I would say 70% of you love and 30% of you despise. It's so funny when I talk about my intro over here because I get probably half the comments about my intro are like, I love your intro. I walk around the house and I say it. My husband, my whole family knows your intro, blah, blah, blah. And then the other half of the people are like, I fast forward through your intro. I can't stand it. Why? That's so mean. Don't do that. Don't fast forward through my intro. Because if you fast forward through my intro, you won't hear the exciting question that I have for you, which is, have you ever been unsubscribed to my channel unknowingly? It sounded like a sponsorship, didn't it? This sponsorship is brought to you by Tears of Lost Subscribers, okay? Now, if you don't know what you don't know is a lot, my channel has suffered greatly in the last couple years, meaning that I have like 3 months out of the year where I gain like 20,000 subscribers. The rest of the months out of the year, I lose consistently to the point where I am so tired of reaching out and asking for help from YouTube, but YouTube has been kind enough this time to ask me yet again to give them the names of people that have been unknowingly unsubscribed to my channel. So if that has happened to you, okay, like if you've just come to my channel and you've been like, I know I was subscribed to him and you're unsubscribed, can you put a little comment in the comment section below about that so that I can send a few of your names over to them so that they can help me try to figure out, to get to the bottom of what is going on. So hopefully it'll be fixed at some point, or hopefully I'm almost to the point where I get those 2 to 3 months, because it really boosts my ego when I gain at least 1 subscriber a day. I'm about losing between 100 and 150 subscribers a day. And I know, I'm not stupid. I know some of it is, yes, people are unsubscribing to me for whatever reason, but why would you do that? I mean, this is basically the most incredible variety show that you ever get. You get different kinds of voices over here. You get drama. You get drama phone. You get SHI Toot and Giggles. I mean, you get jokes. You get singing. Why would you want to unsubscribe to me? And it's free. And it's free to subscribe to me. So anyway, just check and see if you're still subscribed to me. If you're not, please resubscribe to me. It would mean a lot to me, not just on this channel, but all my channels. And I also want to say thank you so much for all the support I have recently received on my new channel, my 6th channel, Peter Does Stuff. I actually filmed 6 videos yesterday, and I'm having so much fun on that channel because it's kind of like, I guess what I always thought that I'd be doing on YouTube. I love each of my channels for different reasons, but it's kind of what I always thought that I would be doing on YouTube, which is just, I took down a Christmas tree yesterday, but then I got into talking about like grief and people that I've lost in my life and how I feel about the holidays and stuff. So it's just like me talking to the camera and talking to you guys, and I love it. It feels very personal to me. So I want to thank you all for the support that you have given me for that channel and all my channels, you know. I'm getting ready to tie this one up. When it's tied up, wrangle it up, and like in Wyoming, where Jeffree Star is. And then I'm going to go over to the Starbucks, and I'm going to try these new egg bites that they have. Well, the old egg bites. I tried the new ones yesterday. All right, let's get into today's video, shall we? So today, we're going to talk about a little bit of Jeffree Star, because this is a Jeffree Star channel. And we're going to talk a little bit about James Charles getting a perm. A Tony perm. No, we're going to talk about James Charles getting a perm, okay, that I predicted. But it wasn't hard to predict because he said that he was going to do it, and then he showed himself in curlers. And so, I mean, it wasn't really a prediction. Somebody tweeted out, they were like, Peter, you were right. I'm like, he basically showed the whole process on Instagram. This is what James Charles does, okay? This is his business model. So he'll talk about something in an Instagram story or on Twitter. Like he'll say, like I'm really thirsty for a milkshake. Does anybody have any suggestions for milkshakes? And then 20 people in the comment section, like the first 20 will say, you should have a Burger King milkshake. And he'll say, I was just thinking to myself, I should have a Burger King milkshake because I never do. Because he will never admit when he takes somebody else's ideas. Well, rarely, right? He always just comes up with these ideas, you know? Now all the TikTok guys, they have perms or curly hair. He wants perms and curly hair. Okay, so, which cracks me up, okay? That nobody is really, like, you know, clocking the fact that James Charles is kind of like, now he is the follower of the TikTok people, right? So anyway, I think James Charles will probably trade in his entire career to just be a TikTok famous person at this point, don't you think? But anyway, so he got this perm. I watched the video. The video is called, I Got a Perm. I mean, it's not clickbait. You can't fault him for that. And it's him and, you know, 6 or 7 of his friends sitting around watching him get a perm, because I can't imagine what's more exciting than that. And, you know, and all this kind of stuff. He has his hairstylist over first that, like, gives him a fade, and then he, you know, trims his hair up. And then this woman comes in and she gives him a perm. And I have to believe, ding-a-ling-a-ling, sham-a-lang, dang-ding-dong, ding. Hold on a second, Jane, I gotta tuck my hair behind my ears. It's getting so long, I need a perm. How's the drama? This is Peter speaking. Oh, hi, Jane. How are you? What? No, I was getting ready to go to the beauty shop to get my nails and my hair done. A roller set. I was gonna get my hair roller set, you know, my weekly roller set. Well, my gal, you know, Sheila, she had to run out of town. She's doing James Charles hair. James Charles, you know, yeah, the YouTube. She's giving him a roller set, too. No, I'm just gonna, she'll be able to do mine tomorrow, you know, and then I can brush it out and then just be ready to go for the Women's League. Just ready to go. Just ready to go. Just ready to go. The remix. Ready to go for the Women's League. Ready to go for the remix. Ready to go for the Women's League on Tuesday. All right, Jane, I'll see you then. All right, I love you too. Do you guys know how Vivian and Jane started? Okay, so the person on the phone is Vivian talking to Jane, right? So it started with this video that I did, I don't even know, 2 or 3 years ago, called Post Office Rant. It was a true story. It was about me being at the post office and I was waiting in line. And there was this gal and her name was, I don't know, I think I just came up with Vivian. That might have been her name, or I don't know how I would have known her name, but anyway. So she was talking on the phone, okay? And that was exactly how she was talking. And she was talking to somebody, and she was like inviting them over for cocktails, and she was talking about her husband, and that they were gonna watch this movie, Fences. Have you ever seen Fences? Oh my God, Denzel Washington. So then she and the woman behind her start having this conversation, right? And this is true, okay, this happened. And, so the woman's, there's this person there doing the crossword out loud, okay? And she's like, 3-letter, 12th month of the year, starts with a D, 3 letters. She's like, And then she goes like that, and I'm like, December. And she goes, January, February, March, May. And I'm like, April, you forgot April! And then she's like, and I'm like, so she would go through it, and then she couldn't get it, and she'd go, 12, that's only 11, and then she'd go, January, February, and I'd be like, April, and she'd go, oh, April, thank you, and then she'd go, January, February, March, April, May, July, I'd be like, she forgot June, how do you forget June? So anyway, it was called Post Office Rant. I will link it below so you guys can go check it out if you want to. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever done over here. But that's where the Jane and Vivian and the drama phone started from. But anyway, so James Charles got this perm. Here, I'll put a picture up of here what it looks like afterwards. It actually looks pretty good. He said he didn't want like the tight ring curls and all that kind of stuff. The reason that he wanted to get a perm was so that he didn't have to use a small curling iron every day to curl his hair, yada, yada, yada. And so this makes it so much easier. And yeah, I think that it looks nice. It does. It looks good. I mean, I was a little worried for him, to be honest with you. Like I said, listen, back in the day, my good Judies, okay, they would do those at-home perms, you know, and it would destroy their hair. And then they'd be, you know, and then they wanted somebody to fix it. And then that's like finding a hairstylist to fix your hair like 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't happen, right? Okay? It just doesn't. So then they had to go to school the next day, and, you know, they always wore like their hair back in a ponytail, the hat, but you could see it all curly coming out. You've done this. You know you have. have just because you wanted some wave in your hair, okay? Listen. So anyway, that was the perm fiasco. But then, well, not fiasco, because I think it turned out actually pretty nice. I'm sure he said to this woman, listen, okay, I do not want tight curls. If you do this to me, you will never work. I can hear him. He's like, you'll never work again in this city. I'll contact my attorney. If it were me, I would have made those things so tight. He would have come out. It had just been one big curl. He'd have to change his channel and it would be called James Charles and the Curl. Oh my God, I would love that if it was just one big curl up there. Okay, so the next thing that happened was that James Charles confirmed the release and the name of his makeup brand. So he put out here, dudes. Hey dude, what's up? What's up, dude? When does James Charles call anybody dudes? Okay, sisters. Sisters, he calls people sisters. I'm really wondering with this guy liner. Now, this would not be super smart of him to do because it would really, I think, close off his audience. But if he did a makeup brand, this has not really been done, okay? If he did a makeup brand that was geared just towards guys and guys using makeup, like, can you imagine, like, it would be revolutionary, but then he would cut out all, I mean, I would have to believe that 90 to 95% of the people that follow James Charles are girls or women. So he would be cutting out all of that, but they would probably buy it anyway, right? Unless he did like a gender neutral kind of palette or makeup or called it gender neutral something, or if he went in there and he did like a palette, you know what I mean? But like Chanel did this with like Boy de Chanel. So actually, I was looking at their bags the other day. You know, Chanel has like purses just for guys. It's called under their Boy de Chanel brand, which I thought was really interesting. But it makes me wonder with James Charles calling people dudes, okay, because he doesn't do that, and then it's always sisters, and then he did the guy liner video. So I'm wondering if maybe one of his products that he's going to come out with, or he's thinking, is going to be geared directly just towards guys, and he's thinking, okay, there's this whole audience out there of guys, and there's going to be more and more guys that are going to be wearing makeup. I talked about that in my video the other day. Maybe I could monopolize on that whole audience to just gear some of this just towards guys. It would be smart, but I just don't think that it would sell, I mean, as well as if he left it open to anybody could buy his product. So I have a feeling he's probably not doing that. But let's get back to the dudes, okay? Not the dude wipes. Do you know what dude wipes are? Anyway, okay, dudes. Hey dude, what's up? Hey dude. I'm getting so pumped for my makeup brand launch. Dude, I'm getting... Give me some love. I'm getting so pumped for my makeup brand launch. It's not coming soon, and I don't have a date yet. So don't get too excited. But wow, my vision is coming to life. I can't read it like that anymore. And it's so cool to see. I can't wait. Actually, he doesn't say it like that because the last 4 things are all in caps. So he says, I can't wait. Well, I capitalize everything, but it cracks me up when I see it like on social media because it means like they're shouting, right? Like that. If you didn't know that because you're not a millennial like me, then now you know, okay? Underneath here, the celebritants of the world. Oh no, it's maybe the next one. Yes, here it is, Jaclyn Hill. She put the celebratory bells. When you think of all the emojis that you can have in the world, why that stupid birthday bell is one of them that we need to have? Like, I hate that. Like, that's one of the stupidest emojis. That and the girl doing this, what is that? Is that a hair? I've tried to figure that out so many times with people. Is that a hair flip or what is that? I mean, this would be a like, hi, but what is this? I don't understand, okay? So anyway, Jaclyn Hill does that. And then somebody said, Daniel Prada says, the girlies aren't ready. And James Charles puts demon emojis. And then Gabriel Zamora said, people are going to go crazy when they try the, oh, wait, I can't say what the first, no, Tati, no. Why are you letting Gabriel Zamora try out your products, okay? Now, James Charles, I'm telling you, this is a stupid move right here, okay? Is where you can't zip your mouth long enough to not let people know what your products are. This is what it would be smart, okay? If you really wanted to get people excited and talking about your products, don't be sending these to your good Judies, okay? Find 10 people out there that you trust, okay, to sign NDAs, maybe micro-influencers to test your products and be, you know, what's that called? Your, like, your baseline group or focus group or whatever, okay? Don't be showing all these people. This is going to get out. Somebody's going to steal your idea. You're going to be bitter about it, and it's going to be the drama of 2021. Just don't do it, okay? It's more exciting if you keep it to yourself and you zip your lips and you don't talk about it at all. Then people won't, you know what, they won't know. When it comes out, they'll be like, oh my God, James Charles came out with a palette? Well, I thought we already had the only palette that you ever needed, which was Release Your Inner Artist. Hold on a second. So anyway, Gabriel said that, and then James Charles said no whore, which I thought it was boo you whore from Mean Girls, but I guess they speak a different language. And then this person said, not James calling Gabriel whore. Anyway, it goes on and on and on. Those are the people that shouted him out. But then at the top up here, it says, when roughly do you think it will come out? Like, definitely this year. And James said, this year, 100%, but I'm not sure what month yet. June? August. You should literally have a general idea when your brand is launching. If you don't have a plan for a date, WTF are you doing? Which is a very interesting comment. You know, when you think about that, most releases, okay, and you put from conception to the end, take anywhere from 9 months to a year. So you know it's coming out in this year, but you don't know when. This will be something that is delayed, or I think he'll put it out in December. I'm almost kind of wondering if James, now I've said this in videos before that, you know, I knew of this documentary series that James Charles was going to do. It will have been 2 years since Jeffree and Shane put out their documentary. James would get criticized about it a lot because people would say, oh, you're doing the same thing that Shane and Jeffree did, but I don't think anybody cares anymore, right? So James may go in and do this 10-part documentary. If he did, it would be very, very smart, where he showed literally how he got started on YouTube, wanting to be like a YouTuber, because you know he was on YouTube long before he did beauty stuff, how he got introduced to makeup, how he started his career, editing, but all the way through. Like, and then the release of his product launch or his brand launch would be in December or, you know, Thanksgiving, around that time, for going into holiday shopping. That would be really, really smart if he was going to do that, you know? I've already said on video that that was his original idea, so it's not like anybody can say it wasn't his idea. I knew it long before Shane and Jeffree ever had this idea to do that thing together. So that would be really smart if he was going to do that. He may also kind of be teasing it out, and he may actually know the release date. You know, I mean, he could be like, it's definitely coming out this year, but I'm not going to say when. Because the other thing is, like, there's kind of this hidden rule, like, in Hollywood. I don't know if you know this rule, but, like, actors and actresses, like, if they get called and it's like, oh, you got this, like, this role, like, you don't tell anybody until you sign a contract, because something could go wrong and then you won't get the part, right? It's kind of like this, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know, when, you know, bad stuff happens once you put it out there, kind of thing, you know? And, Murphy's Law kind of deal is what I was thinking of. And, isn't that what that is called? I don't know. But anyway, so he may not want anybody to know, but he may actually know the exact date, and maybe it's August or November or whatever, and he doesn't want anybody to know, because the thing is, he does have products out there if Gabriel Zamora is talking about that, right? Or unless Gabriel Zamora is just trying to get people interested in it, and there's no truth to that whatsoever, which that could be. But if James Charles really does know the date of his launch, he may not want to say it, because if something goes wrong with that date, James has been smart professionally with a lot of, most of his things, right? That, let's say if it gets pushed back a month, he doesn't want people coming for him and being like, oh, it got pushed back a month. He's already seen what happens to brands like Jaclyn from Jaclyn Cosmetics, how highly criticized they are when they first start out, you know? Even Manny with Lunar Beauty was criticized when he first started out, so he doesn't want to go through that as well. So I'm sure James is like, listen, okay? I mean, he is literally the Kris Jenner, okay? He's like, we are going to have our I's dotted and our T's crossed before this goes off. You know he will, okay? James Charles is not somebody that will sit there and allow, like, some botched release to come out, and he just won't. Like, this will be perfection when it comes out, because if it doesn't, James Charles will just be so through with it, you know? So he's going to make sure that everything's out. I think he knows when it's coming out, and he wants to start feeding the idea out and get people excited about it, but he doesn't want people, and then he's just going to do a Beyonce and spring it on people. Or maybe he'll do the documentary, who knows? But then the next comment, somebody says, are we thinking it's going to be called James Charles Cosmetics, James Charles Beauty? Something to do with blend, but don't blend in or unleash your inner artist, which I thought was interesting that people didn't guess sisters underneath here. I mean, some people did, but like someone said, all of those sound good, but maybe something with sisters, like would his new line be available on Sisters Apparel? Probably not. I would think he would keep that separate. Someone said, unleash your inner artist isn't blend, but don't blend in, the catchphrase for instant influencer. So they go in here. I'm really surprised there's not a lot of people that are guessing sisters. And he says, he retweets it, but the brand is actually called James Charles, unleash your inner artist and blend, but don't blend in beauty cosmetics. It's a lot, isn't it? I don't know that I believe that that's really truly what the name is called. I think he should just call it James. I think to keep it very, when I think of like, you know, packaging that I like look at and I'm like, ooh, that looks like nice packaging. I think of like Tom Ford, you know, like just very simple like that, and but that you know what it is. Like Jeffree Star was actually brilliant. He was smart. I mean, this is what started me in the drama community, was the logo, because Kat Von D's friend had drawn that up for him, and there was that was like really the downfall of their friendship. I don't know if people remember that or not, but that was 4 years ago or something like that. Yeah, 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago almost. But you know, Jeffree Star was really, really brilliant, smart with coming up with that star as his logo, because, I mean, people immediately see that star and they know what it is, right? James Charles, to come up with some kind of logo like that, and not just a sisters thing, would be really smart to come up with a very identifiable logo. The problem is, what is that? Because he's like James Charles. I mean, there's not like a lot to work with there, unless he just did like a J or a JL or a JL, JC. What was JL? I don't know, JC, you know, like together, like J and then C. Like that would be really smart to come up with a logo like that or something. But he's got to come up with something that's going to be identifiable. I think the other thing is, I think he thinks about where am I going to be 10 years from now. And I think that he knows to carry the sisters thing on. Like, okay, when you're 35, it's like, hey, sisters, you know what I mean? Like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think like he wants to be taken professionally, as a mature person as he's, you know, getting older. And I think he wants to be taken seriously. So I think he wants his makeup brand to be the essence of that. And I don't think that he's going to put sisters on that. I really don't, but I could be wrong. So anyway, that's the James Charles stuff. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Will you be buying from James Charles cosmetic brand? It will be interesting, you know, if he puts out a palette, because and this Unleash Your Inner Artist, wasn't that the motto with Morphe? So how is he taking that from Morphe over there? Unless this company that owns Morphe and all these other brands, like supposedly, allegedly, Jaclyn Cosmetics and all these, unless his company is going to be underneath there and be a subsidiary of that, which would be surprising to me that he would do that. I would think James would want to start his own brand, but if that's the case, then he would be able to use that. But I would have to think that Unleash Your Inner Artist was a slogan that Morphe owned. I would have to believe that. So how can he take it? I mean, anyway, that would be interesting to see what happens. And if he puts out another palette, because I thought that palette he put out was, and I've said this in many, many videos, the only palette you would ever need in it, you know. Then he's going to come out and he's going to backtrack and he's going to say, well, there's accessory like palettes that these will even make it even more, right? So anyway, that's that with James Charles. Then Jeffree Star causing more drama. He is really, really, really running with this Kanye story, which a lot of people are probably like, oh, well, so are you. Well, I'm a drama channel. So, hello. Did you? Oh, you thought I was a cat smiling athletic channel. No, I'm not. Did you guys know that there are these channels? I just found this out, that they're live like 24 hours a day. This is a true story. Did you guys know this? And there's like one that like just roams over Mars, and there's like another, like these cameras, and there's one like from outer space. You can just sit there and watch them I just like am so fascinated with all of that, because I believe in aliens 100%. Now, I believe that cats are aliens, okay? I do, and I think we're going to find that out one day. But anyway, I digress. I do love kitty cats. I do, I have to tell you. But anyway, so, you know, it's interesting to me because Jeffree Star has a new product coming out. We already know that. Well, he didn't sell out with those holiday boxes. He can't sell out with his merch that he put out for the holidays. He can't sell out of anything anymore, okay? So he is really hyping up this drama. He even did this video addressing the rumor, which he never addresses any kind of rumors. Oh, what we're not going to do is address these rumors. No, Jeffree Star won't address real rumors, okay, that his fans and the people that have followed him for a long time really want to know about. But he will address rumors that there's no merit to or truth to whatsoever. Why? To bring attention to that, for the drama, okay? And then there's probably, so this is all to just build for him to feed this product. So here, Jeffree, I'm helping you out a little bit. So those people that say that I just cannot stand you, I've brought attention to this in my drama video. So there, I'm helping you out a little bit. I hope that makes you happy. People are going to see it if I talk about it or not. Anyway, it's not like I'm pulling that many views on a Jeffree Star video anymore. Nobody cares that much. So anyway, he came out in an Instagram story and he addressed Wendy Williams talking about him on his show. And then he said this thing. I don't know if I'll be able to include this in here because there is like music in the background, but it's him driving. He said, I don't like guys unless they're 6 feet or taller, basically shading Kanye West and saying there's no truth to it because Kanye is 5'8". And then he says, but he does need to test out this new makeup to see how long it'll last. So, so if you're any athletes out there, contact him. No, Jeffree, that's not how it works. Remember, Andre Marhold told on you. You dipped into Andre Marhold's DMs, not the other way around. And for years, you've been wanting us to believe that I would like to know what mainstream celebrities are dipping into Jeffree Star. I mean, you don't sign an NDA in a DM, okay? So he could say, this person dipped into my DMs, which I think would be a really, really bad look to out somebody like that. But like he always says it, I believe Jeffree Star, and there's nothing wrong with this, but I believe that Jeffree Star lives one of the most boring lives in the entire world behind the scenes. I mean, he sat on this thing today and he said, oh, I'm going to have hot chocolate and maybe an orgy. Who are you having an orgy with? Your hairstylist and makeup person? Because that's the only person that's there. That's the only person who are you having an orgy with? Girl, have your orgies. Don't nobody care. I don't think, quite frankly, people want to look at Jeffree Star and imagine him having a bunch of orgies. That's just my 2 cents, okay? I think people are excited about the extravagant life of Jeffree Star. I think people are excited about the drama that he never addresses. I think people are interested and excited, maybe excited is the wrong word, interested in his Louis Vuitton collection and purse collection and buying houses and all this kind of stuff. I don't think people are real interested in the sexual life of Jeffree Star, but I could be wrong, And if Jeffree Star wants to show his house and be a lifestyle blogger at this point and show it decorating the Wyoming, I think that would be fine. I think people that like Jeffree Star would be interested in it. But girl, don't nobody care how many blowjobs you're giving. They just don't, okay? It's tacky. It's just straight up tacky, okay? And he goes in this whole thing and he's talking about how all these athletes have been in his mouth or something like that. Girl, the reason why he's pushing this Kanye thing is because this is the closest to mainstream celebrity that Jeffree Star has ever been aligned with in a rumor like that. Because if there were any truth to all of these mainstream A-list athletes and celebrities dipping into Jeffree Star's DMs to have sex with him, if there were really any truth to that, he wouldn't have made a 25-minute video addressing this topic. He wouldn't have come out and 2 to 3 tweets and all this kind of stuff talking at me. He wouldn't continue to perpetuate the story, okay? And yet it's because he has never been this closely aligned with mainstream celebrity before in his life, right? So he has to keep on pushing the story because it's always been these 4th-ranked D-list athletes like Andre Marhold that nobody's ever heard of before that you're dipping into your DM, they're dipping into DMD, who knows, dipping in that, dipping this, listen, dipping dots. But anyway, dipping dots. This is what Jeffree Star had to say today.
Okay, you guys, I guess Miss Wendy Williams said hi to me on her show today. The gag is Miss Wendy. No, me and Kanye, no thank you, ma'am. But the real rappers that have been visiting this mouth will be keeping that secret to the grave. Good morning, everyone. Hello, how are ya? I'm about to have some hot chocolate, maybe have an orgy, but it's 28 degrees out. It feels amazing here. And hi, everyone. How are ya? Okay, and we're back, and we're looking a little more fuckable and a little more cute. We have the blood sugar palette on the eyes today. Baby, I'm feeling the fantasy. Okay, hi, how are ya? We're actually going into town right now because we're working on some of our new businesses, and of course we're filming some crazy shit today. And who's seen yesterday's video? Ooh, also, real quickly, today I'm testing a few long wear products on my face, and I may need a few athletes to fly in and have a threesome so we can really see if the product stays or not. Okay, who's available? And in case you didn't know, you need to be 6 feet or above. Thank you. And if you missed yesterday's video, let me say it one more time. 6 feet. How long? How tall? 6 feet.
There you go. So, anyway, you'd think if he was being contacted by so many athletes that he wouldn't have to get an Instagram story and ask people to contact him. You'd think he'd just have a Rolodex of numbers that he could call and have people fly in on his private jet that he's not taking anymore because he's flying Delta. So anyway, I don't know. That's all the drama that there is to have for today. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.